Welcome to my review of Naruto Shippuden episode 363, in which Kishimoto proves that he's obsessed with nuclear explosions. This was a reign of nukes, pretty much, in a nutshell. And then next week we get a reign of overgrown splinters, and then after that we get a reign of talk no bullshit. A user by the name of Blue Sakuga wanted me to talk about the fact that the direction for this episode was a little bit different. I don't know if you noticed it, but it was directed by a guy called, what's his name? Goro Seisha, who was in charge of sort of the animation supervisor for Sasori versus Chiyo and Sakura, Sasuke versus Itachi, and Killer Bee versus Team Taka. So you could kind of see the difference in the way that he plans out the fights, because these are like prolonged ass fights. It's actually Goro Seisha. My bad, I fucked up the name. Moving on. I thought the best part of the episode was definitely the Hachibi and Kyuubi versus the Juubi. But then Kurama had to go away because he could only keep it up for 8 minutes. Pretty good like slow motion shots that they use, especially when the Kyuubi's in the air, when he's going up to the Juubi like. There's one part that I also really liked when the Naruto clone pushes Kakashi out of the Juubi's way, and then obviously there was a mini flashback, but I actually like this flashback because it makes sense that would trigger the memory inside of Obito's head about him saving Kakashi from the boulder. But so Kakashi is he's sent flying over there, and then we see the Kyuubi like going over to rescue him like, oh, Kakashi. Gotcha! Actually spent a significant amount of time hyping the crap out of the Juubi, and that Kurama tells Naruto that thing, you can't sense it. Then Kurama's like, if you were in Sage Mode, that would be a different story, however. So Naruto goes into Sage Mode to try and sense it, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Kurama's like, I told you can't sense it, you're stupid, you're stupid. You'll only measure how unmeasurable it is. You're stupid. And Naruto's like, but you just told me it would be a different story if I were in Sage Mode. Shut up, you're stupid. The music that they use during the hype is pretty cool. It's like the oh. So what they end up doing is they use Bijudama Barrage on the Juubi. And Madora's all like, to Obito, there's no need to dodge that shit. And Obito's like, why not? And Madora's like, because I'm me. And I'm actually very surprised because the Ox in this episode actually got, one of the Juubi bombs to its face. And it survived it. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Because I know like there was a scene before that where like, the Kyuubi and the Ox wrap up. They use their tails as shields. And then what happened was like, Kakashi used Kamui on Hachibi to send it to try and use the Biju bomb that it just flicked like a booger. So I'm just saying, the fact that B can take a Juubi bomb, pretty impressive. You know what else is impressive? Ino changing the direction of the bomb with the help of Hinata's Byakugan. Just props to Ino. And she was kind of disappointed at first because she's like, oh man, like he was able to break out of this thing in 2 seconds. Like, well, I mean, 2 seconds in war means a lot. I mean, you just avoided a fucking nuke. So. And it's a good thing, too, that she decided to use her jutsu on Obito and not Madara. Because if it took Obito 2 seconds to release himself from it, Madara probably wouldn't even have felt that shit. He would have been like, what's this? What? Probably wouldn't even have worked. So the bombs are flying all over the place like they're pizzas or something. But the thing is, they never show like the innocent bystanders that get killed with these explosions. Pretty sure that in all the mountains they destroyed, there should have been at least one shepherd, just herding his sheep, minding his own business, and just looking up at the sky, seeing like this ball of light getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and oh crap, that's it for the shepherd. But they don't show that. Obito and Madara get on top of the Juubi for the first time to attach themselves. Like, those guys look like specks on top of this thing. They look like zits on a forehead. The point where it got me thinking, how the fuck can Naruto hear what they're saying? How? Because there's a significant distance between the Juubi and Naruto, and they're able to have these conversations back and forth. So I'm like, did somebody use like a megaphone no jutsu? The animation in this episode changed throughout. Like, it wasn't a constant thing. I don't know if you noticed this, but when Naruto summons, the Shinobi Alliance, the shot is stable, the background is stable, except for a couple of things. Naruto's hair is moving in the wind, so is Ino's, so is Hinata's, and so is Sakura's. Everything else is stable in that shot. But I think if you look at the animation of this episode as a whole, I think it does a pretty good job at conveying what it wants to convey, which for me was, well, number one, how immense the Juubi is, but also how terrifying and devastating it can be. I mean, like, these explosions are not a joke, you know? These explosions, these bombs are on some new type of level that we've never seen in this entire series. Just looking back at how the series started, during the Kushina flashback, we saw what the Kyuubi could do to Konoha with its Bijou bombs. And those are just Bijou bombs. In this episode, we get the scale. Like, the Kyuubi is this size, and the Juubi's Bijou bomb is the size of my head. And after that, the episode just turns into, like, very, very well orchestrated teamwork to make cement and try and trap the Juubi. But then by the end, you could actually see that it's already, you know, breaking out of it. And Shikaku knew that it wasn't going to be able to hold it. It was just kind of like a way of trapping it for at least, to buy some time at least. The Shinobi, when they start jumping into the pit, they look like ants. They do not stand a chance. What are they doing? Get the fuck out of that pit. Anyway, I remember in the manga, the whole cement making process was an entire chapter, and people were complaining. So I'm glad that they combined more than one chapter in this episode. But overall, I mean, it was just teamwork, you know? Working together to accomplish a goal. Chasing, chasing, do-da-na-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, na-na-na-na-na-na, yeah, na-na-na-na-na-na. If you haven't watched this episode, get on it. It's good. No lie. It's a really good episode. In terms of visual appeal and entertainment value, it's great. Go watch it. Comment, like the video if you did, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.